Well, I put together a little video for anybody who's interested on the Genright soft top adapters, mine specifically for JKU, but it didn't come with any instructions. There wasn't really a whole lot online, so I went ahead and put a couple little quick snippets if this is useful to anybody. But pretty happy with the end result. It worked fine, which is the best. So hopefully you guys find this useful. One of the first things that I'll share is the difference between the worm gear clamps that go around your actual roll cage that hold brackets to are smaller than what you'll actually need. Now, I ended up with one that's a bit bigger than I needed, but this one didn't seem to fit the actual cage and the bracket that they give you well. Obviously, it's raining, so it's a perfect time to talk about these soft tops. So, get you a bigger one. The thing to discuss here is the brackets. So you'll see here, I know the lighting's poor, so this isn't going to show up too great. Let me go ahead and get a light. They'll give you 4 brackets. Well, 6 brackets, should I say. There's one that goes on the brace here, your hardtop brace that goes across. There's another one that goes in the back here. And then there's one that ends up right here on your back corner here. And there's a threaded bung that this goes into to get it. Now, what did I have to do? Well, I had to cut the C-clamp that went over the original cage off of here and here on both sides. So those had to be cut off. So the only way to use this is with obviously the new adapters. Now this new adapter, there's 2 of them. 2 different types that go on these. So this one, if I can get enough light on it, has the 2 bolts closer. It has a square hole, much like this one, but it also includes a bolt hole. And that bolt hole aligned with the actual one through this that you weld in there. And that's the perfect alignment with the hardtop original, because you have that for your Freedom panels. And so when I had to cut the hook off, the C off, I just took the bottom of the threaded piece and used that for my bolt. I grabbed separate bolts too, because the threaded ones on mine ended at the bottom of the tube and needed to go a little bit higher into the actual tube itself to tighten it down. So I got different bolts, but I lined it up, put the bolt that went through here on it, and then I marked these holes to drill and put it in. The back, as you can see, I did differently. So the back, it's made you can also put up top like the other one. My problem with that is so I took this one and replaced it with the one that goes over there and flip-flopped them. So the trouble for me is when I had this up top, the bottom of this was too far down. And so if I can get a picture of the bolt holes, so there's bolt holes way down here. You can't see it because of how dark it is, but they're into this bracket too much. So that way I couldn't actually get the nut on the other side. So I chose to go onto the base of it, and then I'll wrap the clamp around this. So this is the only one. They give you 4 clamps. The only one I'll actually use a clamp on is these 2 rear ones, just to stop this back and forth. This top is already clipped in, so it's holding it firm. The center bolt, the spiral, still works here on that. Now the rear is where it got a little funky, because they give you these brackets, and then they say nothing. There's like no guide. Let me see if this light will give us a little bit. Okay, they have no information as far as how to utilize these. So I put this on. It's a little bit different than your traditional soft top. The traditional soft top has these 2 on there. And so let me show you what it looked like as far as depth if I put it on there. So you put that there, and then it's going to be outside of where I needed it pretty much. And the alignment's going to be similar for your regular soft top, so not working. And the height of how far these holes go up is a little off. So what I ended up doing is making my own little bracket. It wasn't hard. I had some square tube, and I just cut it up so that way it would fit, so that now this will slide up in here and bolt to those 2 holes and clip in here. I'll get it installed give you a quick look. These were 3/16 holes here. I ended up drilling these out to be 1/4 inch. This was a 5/16 that I drilled out to go ahead and fit this, because it just, on these, if you haven't done it, they pull out and they slide back in. So I have that to now sturdy this part up in the back. That way I can put my panels on here. Here is the bracket installed. So I got some stainless hardware. I just went with 10 by 24 on the hardware. Got it installed on here with nylon nuts in the background of it. So pretty super simple, and got that set up. Now, if you're interested in what mine turned out to be, yours will probably be close. And yours might be set up, and I'll probably have to figure it out if I use my regular soft top. These two you need instead of the single, but the actual bracket here and what I made here to match is 3.5 inches. So the length between my pinky and my thumb, and then the width here between my pointer finger and my thumb is 1 inch. And then I went ahead and just got this clipped in, or in between there, held that, and then I lined up to where these bolt holes go on that. So this was 1.25 inches as far as between my thumb and pointer finger. And let's see if I can get some other measurements here to maybe make it easier on you too. I went back off that 3.5 inches. Oh, frick. I went back off the 3.5 inches. What's that? 9/16. And then let's go ahead and just lock the tape in and then go off of that. As far as where I center these up at, that looks like 3/8 is where I put that off the top there. And then the other one goes at 3 1/8 is about where the center hole is. And then as far as how far up from the corner I drilled that hole, let's see if we can get something accurate here. Center line is about, what would I say that is? I mean, you're probably good to go ahead and put that at 13/16 or 7/8. Right there, 13/16 is probably the center line of the dot there. And then how far back is that? Guess that's the next question. Ugh. Looks like 15/16 would be about, depending on the camera angle on there. 1 inch, 15/16, probably 15/16 for that. So that bolted in just fine. I got this at like the scrap. It's just some thin, I don't even know if that's 1/8. Might be 1/8. Anyways, it's pretty close to the thickness, but it's not exactly the same thickness as this metal that comes stock. It's freaking half. So it looks like that might be like a 1/16. But it'll work. All it's got to do is hold this from flopping around. And then if I rotate that back, hold that in place. So this will be perfect for me in working it out. But I just wanted to show you guys how this crap went in here and what problems you'll potentially run into. They do make this like NXT thing where you can like clip some bar. I don't see how that would work here, to be honest with you. And then if you already buy, you need to buy that soft top for those brackets anyways. And then this one's just kind of funky. So be prepared to make your own little thingy here in the back. So soft top should work great now. I'm ecstatic to have it because of the weather out here. Heading back to Moab this weekend and wanted to make sure that I had this so that way I can take it off. Because last time on my way home from Moab, it decided to snow and rain and the inside of the Jeep got thrashed because I just had my Sunrider on there and then my half doors. So I'll be traveling down with my full doors on and then the windows for this. And then when I get down there, I'll probably just take it off so it looks like this and then just run my half doors.